Hello friends, it's Tom Day, and today we're going to be playing some more Crusader. This week we're going to be talking about the Roland's build, or the Sweep build. And I gotta say, of all the builds that I've done, this is probably my least favorite one. It doesn't really offer anything all that unique. I mean, it's really cool to attack super fast. You can actually stun lock enemies permanently, and that's pretty awesome. But man, all in all, I would rather play almost any other build. However, if you have the items, sometimes you want to try stuff out. So that's what this build is for you. So hopefully I can help you through that today. Anywho, we'll jump right into the skills. Obviously, the main attack is Sweep Attack with Trip Attack. Now, Trip Attack is pretty sweet because it stuns things when you attack, and you attack ridiculously fast. I mean, absurdly fast. So you can actually stun lock things permanently, and that's a lot. That's really cool. Then utility, or I don't mean utility, but the other mouse button you have, I'm using Condemn Vacuum. This is pretty good because it will suck things into you, and then you can just Sweep Attack them down like. That's pretty fun. Obviously, I love the Steed Charge, so I'm using Steed Charge. Endurance, can't go wrong. Laws. The Law of Valor, Unstoppable Force. This is fantastic for this build. So, we have almost unlimited Wrath when we're attacking multiple targets. But when you're getting down to sometimes one or two targets and your Wrath is dipping low, boom, pop the Law, and all of a sudden you have a ton more, you have a bunch of resources, and you're good to go. Absolutely necessary. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. We're using Iron Skin Flash. Once again, this just helps you move faster and move through enemies if you get in a bad spot. And it gives you some defense, can't go wrong. And the Tired and True, Akarat's Champion, Prophet. I don't mean tired. Well, it is sort of tired. I meant Tried and True. But it's tired. It needs to go to sleep. Luckily, we're switching classes next week. Anywho, again, you can't go wrong with it. Defensive. You could probably try those. You could try any rune you want. Since you're I mean, I don't want to push Greater Earth with this build. In fact, this build's it's just kind of weak. It's just not that great. I shouldn't say that. There's some strong potential, and there are people that have done some great shit with it. It's just not for me. That's what I want to say. You'll see the only really good part is how fast you attack. That's really fun. Anyway. Passive skills: Heavenly Strength, Holy Cause, Indestructible, and Foinery. I like these ones. They're just good all around. More damage, a little defense, all that kind of jazz. Now to the items. I should say that we're not going to be using Hellfire Amulet in this build because you want the Endless Walk set. Now, onto the items. For the helm, we are going to be using Roland's Legacy, that whole set, so those 6 items are sort of taken care of. But for the helm, you want Strength, Crit Damage, Sweep Attack Damage, Ba-boom, and a socket for that diamond. That diamond. For the shoulders, you're going to want, obviously, Roland's Shoulders, Strength, Fight, All Resist, Cooldown's good, maybe area damage? I don't know. You guys try stuff out, let me know what you think. I like cooldown on Crusaders because everything has a freaking ridiculous cooldown. Next, the armor, Strength, Vitality. I just have damage from elites on there. I might have gotten all resist, but my secondary rolled with the resist passes, so I couldn't do it. And I threw 3 diamonds in there just because my all resist were lacking, and I was like, this is a good way to make up for it. Again, you could use Strength. Maybe you have better all resist than I did. We're using the Traveler's Pledge. Again, you just want Strength, Crit Damage, Crit Chance, Socket. Instead of Strength, maybe you want Lightning Damage, because 20% Lightning could be a lot. Now, that's if you're using the Lightning variant of this build, which I feel like is the best one. Gloves, Strength, Vitality, Crit Chance, Crit Damage, ba-boom. The braces, I'm using Nemesis bracers. These are awful. I actually only had 1 pair of bracers with lightning damage, and everything else, all the other bracers had other things re-rolled, so I couldn't get what I wanted. But honest to God, these bracers are just trash, which, whatever. But the ideal is, you want some lightning damage, you want some strength, you want some, maybe fight, you want some, you definitely want crit chance, obviously. The slot is, there's a little flexibility here, so just kind of go with your gut feeling. Go with what you think you're missing. Belt, Thunder Gods, Vigor. This is wonderful. Lightning skill damage increase on a belt. Fantastic. You want this. And then, defensive type stuff. Strength, fight, all resists. We're using Convention of the Elements. You could use a Unity, but I want to do damage because I like doing damage. So Convention of the Elements it is. Again, Strength, Crit Damage, Crit Chance, Socket. Pretty simple. Then since we are using Endless Walk, you need the Compass Rose. This Compass Rose is nasty, but you get the idea. Strength, crit damage, crit chance, cooldown reduction, socket, lifeline hits can be okay because you do attack super fast. For the pants, Roland's, Strength, Fight, All Resist, 2 sockets, basic stuff there. And for the booties, Strength, Vitality, Sweep Attack Damage, and then you don't really need movement speed because you can just use Paragon to make that up. Instead of that, All Resist, go with your gut. I want to say that a lot of these builds, there is flexibility since you're not trying to be the best in the world, right? You're not pushing greater rifts. You're not going to be pushing 78 greater rifts with this set, so don't worry too much about the stats. As long as they're in this ballpark, you just want to mess around with the build. Then for the shield, you absolutely have to use Denial, and that is because for the passive at the bottom, each enemy hit by your super attack increases the damage of your next super attack by 30%, stacking up to 5 times. Wow, that's good. That's incredible. That's incredible. The rolls on this are pretty nasty. You don't want armor. That'd be better as vitality. But, you know, you get the idea. As long as you have that shield, it's important. And finally, the Golden Flense, another required weapon, or required item for this build, because super attack restores 6 wrath for each enemy hit. Yes, absolutely, baby. Now, this one, again, I had to re-roll something to get the socket because I didn't want to use one of the gifts on it. So next we're going to talk about the cubed items, the Furnace, and Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac because you need more cooldown reduction. And then the middle item here, the armor slot, we're using a Kuros because surprisingly enough, and when you have groups of enemies, you have basically unlimited wrath because of the Golden Flense. This sucks for Guardian bosses, and you become sort of useless on high-end Guardian bosses because you don't have any defensive skills and you can't do any damage. So, yeah. But when you have groups of mobs, this is the best armor that you can have. As for gems, you want Taeguk because you're constantly using sweep attack. You can keep that thing real stacked up nice and hard, nice and high, nice and hard. Bane of the Trapped. Awesome. Bane of the Stricken. Both of those are really good for damage. You just can't go wrong with them. Gems in your armor. If you need more resist, use diamonds. If you want more strength, use strength. In the helm, a diamond, and in the weapon, an emerald. And as for Paragon, once again, if you need movement speed, grab the movement speed, then the strength. In the offensive tab, again, this is a little tricky for this build because all of the stats, except for attack speed, are good. I'd probably go crit chance, crit damage, cooldown reduction, IAS, something like that, I don't know. Defensive, same as almost always. We got the all resist, we got the armor, we got the life percent, like regen. The last tab, resource cost reduction and area damage are both good, and then, you know, when you have more points, just put them wherever you want. And so that wraps up the Roland build. Again, it's not the best Crusader build, but it's certainly not the worst. It just happened to be the one that I had the least fun playing, probably because I didn't have enough items for it, and it just wasn't for me. And that's totally okay. That being said, you can definitely do up to greater rifts like 65. I want to even say higher 60s, but it starts to peter out around that point. There's probably some cool builds that you could do in groups, that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's going to be the end of my Crusader build guides. Next up, we're going to be playing Barbarian. So check out the Barbarian video next week, and I can't wait to see you guys in a week. Or you can check out my Let's Plays throughout the week. Have a wonderful weekend and a week, and wow, we've said week a lot. It's getting a little weird. It's like Road. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.